Okay, today's lesson is looking at calculations of a fraction using amount. So we've already covered some videos already about using the calculators with operations. If you feel like you need to go back and look at those, it would be a good idea to do that so that you're able to carry on with the lesson. So at any point during the lesson, if you think, oh, actually I can't remember how to do that with the calculator, go back to those videos and take a look. So the questions we're looking at today is we're simply looking at questions where we've got a fraction of an amount that we want to work out. And the key thing that we need to think about is with a fraction is that the denominator is always how many it's divided up into. So here I've got an object or a bar with 3 sections, each of them a third, right? So the other key thing is we've got 12. So 12 must fit into our bar. So another way of thinking that is it's 12 divided into 3 parts. So 12 divided by 3 is 4. So that's 12 divided into thirds. Now the question states is that we're looking at for 2/3. So 2/3 would be 2 of those sections. Would be 4 and 4. So the answer is 8. 2/3 of 12 is 8. And that's something that can be repeated a number of times. So if we take a look at 18, for instance, here it's divided into halves. You've got 2 sections, and 18 divided by 2 is 9 and 9. So we end up with 1/2 is simply just 9. If we take a look at B, 18 is divided into thirds this time. 18 divided by 3 is 6, 6, and 6. You're after 1/3. So the answer must be 6. 36. What is 36 divided into 2? That's right, 18. So because we're after 1/2, the answer must be 18. 36 divided into 3? That's right, 12, 12, 12. So 1/3 or 1/3 is 12. So then looking at E, 44 divided into 4 is 11 in each section. 1/4 is 11. Now it gets slightly more tricky when we look at 3/4 of 44. So 3/4 of 44 is looking at 3 11s, which is 33. Okay, what I want you to do is pause the video now and see if you can't work your way through the rest of the answers and see how you go. So pause the video now. Okay, hopefully you had a go at those questions. Let's have a look at the answers. So let's take a look at the answers. So G is equal to 7 because it's 1. 3/4 must be 3 times 7, so 21. We've got 2, so 14. And here we've got 4, so it's 28. Now the last one's been done for us, that 1/10 of 75 is 7.5. Here we've got 7. And we could go through and go 7.5 plus 7.5 is 15. But suddenly if 2 are 15, another 2 are 15, another 2 are 15, that would be 15, 30, 45, 52.5. Oh, sorry, that would be another 7.5, meaning we end up with 52.5. So that's how really we work out what a fraction of that bigger amount is. Find out how much each what one of the group is, and then we times it by how many there are. We are lucky with our calculators. It does make our life a little bit easier. Is that if we take a look at these questions, Larry owns 3/5 of a $25,000 car. If it's sold, how much should he get? So it's 3/5 of 25,000. Now the key thing is when we see the word of, it's actually times. So it's 3/5 times 25,000, which when you do that on your calculator, you end up with 15,000. So he should get $15,000. Question 2, Alice, Barry and Catherine all work in an orchard and get paid $400. Because of the amount they work, Alice gets 3/8, Barry gets 1/8. How much will Catherine get? So let's start off with Alice. She gets 3/8 times $400. And if we use our calculator, that's $150. B, Barry gets 1/8 of $400. So 1/8 times $400, which is equal to 50, which means in total, Barry and Alice get $200, meaning Catherine must get the remaining $200. So the key thing with these questions, wherever you see of, it means times. You can just put that straight in your calculator, but if you want to use this method, you divide them up, find out how many equal parts there are, then times by how many there are. Okay, stop the video and have a go at the questions on the OneNote page.